Okay. Today we're going to be looking at filter. In case this is collapsed, just open it up and here you're going to have this. Before we get into it, you are going to actually download this particular file on the description box. We have done some, I think over 7 videos on DAX previously before now, but today we are not going to write a single DAX, but to show you how to change your filter context without writing a DAX before we start using DAX to do it. Okay. On this visual, if you go over here, you're going to find out that I got sales quantity here and implicit measure, and as well over here, dim product category, I got the category column. And if I click over this one here, we have gotten the product color here, and we brought in the quantity. And over here, we're just looking at quantity, right? This is what you need to know in case you want to follow along step by step. Okay, now, if you look at this particular part here, we have filter on this page, and over here we have filter on all pages. So we are supposed to have it up to 3, but right now we are only having, just 2. That was because there is no visual here that has been selected. So by the time I actually select a particular visual, I now have 3 boxes. The first one is filter on this visual, on this page, and on all pages, right? So let us start with filter on this particular page. What does it do? When we say filter on this particular page, what will happen is that if we actually provide any value here to use to filter our data, or any categorical value here, what will happen is that it's going to actually filter this. It will filter this one. It will now filter this one, and any other subsequent visuals we're going to add. You get it? Okay. So when we now say filter on all pages, right? So when we say filter on all pages here, what will happen is that it's going to actually filter this particular page, filter this page, filter this page, and any other page we have inside this PBIX. And as well, the subsequent pages we're going to add will be filtered, right? Then the third one is you have to click on this particular visual. Then you now have this particular one that says filter on this visual. So when you actually use filter on this visual, it will have no effect on this particular visual here, on this particular visual here, and it will have no effect on all of the, pages we have added previously before now, and the subsequent pages you're going to add will not be affected. Now you got it, right? Okay, let's start doing this. I'm going to start with filter on this visual. If you look at it, I've selected this one, and it's giving me 36.9 million. So what I'm going to do now is that I want to filter this by a particular month. So what I will do is to come over here and open up my calendar and look for my month. I'm going to use the short month, and I drag the short month into this box. Then if I select January, this is the value of January. The filter only affected this particular visual, not any other visual I have inside my, report, right? If I include February, can you see now? It's only affecting this one. This is how it works, right? Then, if you want to keep this like this, you can actually collapse this and you have this. So what if what we want is to affect the whole visual? Then to remove it now, you click on this particular cross and remove filter, right? Now it's gone. We want to filter on this particular page. We are going to drag the same short month into this particular one. And this time around, if I select January, so my January is filtered, and for you to ascertain that, yes, it works, you can see that over here, the same value here, the same value right here. But because there is a filter context existing between the product category and as well between the color name here, so we now have distribution of this particular value here for every single colors, and distribution of this particular value here for every single category name. You get it right now. So this one will not be used to break anything down because there is no categorical value being dragged here. So there is no filter context. In case you don't know what filter context is all about, don't worry. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So by the time I include a particular month now, all the visual here will be filtered. I hope you understand this right now. So I can actually remove this. So in case somebody actually sent a report to you and you want to know if there is any filter affecting the views or the visuals you have, what can you do? You can select a particular visual, and once you select it, you can go over here. Once you hover over this particular, dash into that has 3 category, you're going to see filter and slicer affecting this visual. So it's actually giving you is February, is January, and as well is March. Then you come over here and do the same thing. You see how many filters are affecting them. Then to remove this filter now, we can come over here and just go ahead and remove or clear this filter. So when we clear this filter, that doesn't mean we have removed it. It's still here. We can use it anytime we want. But if we want to remove it, we can click here and have it removed. So I want you to take a look at this particular duplicate page. They have the same exact value. This one as well, they have the same exact value. Okay, let me just change this one to match this value here. Sorry for that. I want to make sure it's matching this particular quantity, and come over here to format it. Let's go to here and choose none. Then you do the same thing to this particular one so that we can actually ascertain that what we have done is right. So we click over here, we take this one down, then we come over here, we go for quantity. Okay, so quickly come over here and click on none. So this time around, we have the same exact number in all of the pages that we have right here. Sum of quantity return. No, we just need quantity. Yeah, quantity here. We'll click on this one and we have quantity, right? So what we want to do now is to filter on all pages. So what if we come over here and go to our calendar and we scroll down to where we have the year, and we bring the year into this particular place. So right now we can see this particular advanced filter. So if I select this basic one, then I have this. I can go ahead and select 2007. So let's go over to this particular page. Do you see? We have it. If I come to this page, I have it. If I come to this particular page here, despite that we have different thing here, we still have it. If I go over here right now, it's existing here, which means it's going to be on all our pages. So what is here is beyond what I've shown you right now. So let's say we want to see top colors. Let me quickly show you how you can do it. This could be on a visual. If you want to see if something is the highest or the lowest, that is going to only happen when you want to do your filter on a visual level. So which means if I deselect it right now and remove this one, and I want to see what is the top 2 category, there is no way I can get it right from here. What is the top 3 colors or top 4 colors or even bottom 4 colors by quantity sold? There is no way I can get it right here until I select the particular visual I want to affect. So now once selected, you can come over here to color name, and you look at this one is basic filtering. You can select this particular top end here and provide your top 5 here. Once that is done, you have to make sure you actually bring in the measure or the value. It could be implicit or explicit measure into it. So let's bring this particular measure into here. Then once done, we can click on apply filter. Now we have our top 5 colors. So for the time being, let us get this one off and take this one off. And over here now, we can just go ahead and have this one duplicated. So this one is duplicated. So if you want to get a bottom or underperforming colors, all you have to do is not to do something new. Come over here now, click on this, and instead of using top, you can click on bottom and you click on apply. This is what you have. If you look at it right now, we have different values and different colors right here. There are several ways to actually use this particular filter part of this. You can write a DAX that will do the same thing that here is doing for you. It depends on what you want. If you want something more customized, you have to write a DAX to do that, which I'm going to still show you, right? Now, aside that, we have this particular advanced filtering right here. So under advanced filtering, what you can do with this is actually, I think because I'm using, I don't know, dark background, I'm not seeing the values from here. I don't know how to make the setup. I should have. Okay. So if you click on start with here, you can actually type C, and if you apply, it will only give you all the products that starts with C. Because there is none, I can't see any one right here. So if I type R and apply, now I have just one, which is red. So just go ahead and play around with this one. They are here. They're not visible right now because I'm using a dark theme. So you can just play around with this and see what it is that it can do for you. So what we have just heard now is an introductory part of filter context, how to change it without you writing a single DAX. Doing this will definitely help you to actually do a lot with your data. So don't forget, we have different types of filters. So we have filter on this page, we have filter on all pages, and when we actually select a particular visual, we are going to have filter on this visual. That is where we can actually run our top and bottom, end right from. And as well, do not forget that you can use DAX to do all of this. It depends on what you want. All right, see you in my other videos.